Hey, what's up guys? Just thought I'd share my custom Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set with you. As you can see up on the screen already, this is Leonardo. Didn't go the whole hog with customizing him. A lot of people, some Reba 333 and them that got a couple of YouTube users who do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle customs, seem to have gone pretty full on, painting the full skin, the bandanas, even swapping out the weapons and things to a certain extent. Didn't really want to do that, so I already thought the figures were pretty cool just as they were. About the best that we've ever seen for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set, really. So I just focused mostly on the shells, the bandanas, not the bandanas, should I say, the wraps, and the weapons. As you can see here, I've chained a couple of his knives together, painted the weapons up, painted up the scabbards on his back, swords in the scabbards. Rubbing's a real problem that I've come across with them. Almost every time you take them in or out the hands, in or out the scabbards, you get some slight rubbing. It's easy to patch up, but it's just a chore, you know. It is what it is. Extra detail on the belt there. Let's see if I turn him around. You see, I've just black washed the shell, and I got a little lazy there with the grip on this weapon. I really did get tired of the whole rubbing issue, so I thought it'd be nice just to have a single weapon. I didn't have to repaint the grip every single time. You know, as you see, less of the grip on that one. I didn't think it was such a big deal. Paints mostly used. This is just as I was getting into customs. I came across these. It's Reeves acrylic, silver, gold, well, down the deck there's another umbrella acrylic. Mostly I used those for the woods, leather, that kind of thing. And Citadel Barab Black. Let's get rid of those. Brushes again. Just like them that got. I tend to use fairly cheap nylon brushes for customs. It'd be different if I was painting Citadel miniatures. I do tend to use a higher quality sable brush for those. But yeah, these Reeves ones were really affordable. £3 for a full pack, and they got the job done. Really got quite good results from them. Let's take these down. Okay, so there's Leo. Pretty pleased with him in the end. I was a little worried about his shell. The front, the back's fine, but his front shell was perhaps a little bit too dark and battle scarred for my liking in the end, but I can live with it. I'm pretty pleased with him, on the whole. And Raphael. If you can keep him stood up. There he is. Again, very similar sort of thing. His hands of all the turtles cause the most rubbing. Let's see if I can get in there. You see? See by his fingertips? Just tears the paint straight off the handles every time I pose him. Because the handles on these secondary weapons, these fighting axes that he's got, they're much slimmer. So that's your best chance of posing weapons in his hands without tearing the paint clean off. Again, His shell took the black wash. The Bad Black, probably the best out of all turtles. And his thigh there on his back. Don't know if you can see, but I've actually put in silver on the rivets holding his thighs to his belt, and into the studding on the actual grips of the weapons too. And I've also done that with his half thigh. And that's Raphael. Probably my favourite of the actual series is Donatello. Again, rubbing's a little bit of a nightmare with the grips on the weapons. Pretty much I posed him up, and that's how he's going to stay for the near future. I've obviously, you can see the chain job that's been done on his secondary staff weapon there. I've just draped that over his shoulder. It's around the back. His primary weapon is sheathed in the scabbard, and he's holding on to his other pole staff as well. Certainly armed to the teeth. There you go. And again, yeah, I do realise I haven't gone overboard in the detail stakes. People who've been doing customs for a while longer than me probably wouldn't have left bare edges there. These aren't for sale. They're purely just for my own. You know, I just saw them in previews and thought they were just the coolest turtle figures we'll probably ever get. But could see that they could, you know, be improved on a little. So, as I've said at the start of the video, I only wanted to tweak, not to completely reinvent. So, although they're not totally perfect in what I've gone for, they're perfect for what I want. I was really pleased with them. Let's get Donnie out of the way. And Michelangelo. There you go. You can see the chain. I really went quite heavy on the length for that one. I just figured that for what the purpose of the weapon is, it should be a longer chain. You know, what the plastic one that was provided attached really didn't have any reach on it. So that's one of the perks of taking the plunge and customizing. Very easy to do. Black & Decker drill, pop the weapons into a vise. Very careful not to crush it. Don't tighten it up too much, but smallest 1mm bit. Just take careful aim, stick it on its slowest power setting, and just drill in. Eye pins you can probably get from any sort of arts and crafts or jewellery shop. The eye pins you just slide and glue into the hole that you've made. In the case of this end, you do have to trim the eye pin down a lot. In fact, I trimmed all of the eye pins down. They're around about 2 inches long. You don't need that much, so just snip them off. Glue them in, and there you go. And I did make a mess of the front of his shell originally. Too dark, way too dark. But using some of my Citadel paints, I just kind of glazed over. I'm pretty pleased with how it's come out. They've all got a unique kind of shell. what you might call a happy accident, I guess. Again, slightly longer reach than normal for his chucks, but there they are on his back, mounted in. Really had to pinch the use my finger. Really had to pinch the holsters together to not just downright scrub the paint straight back off the weapons as I loaded them in there. I think at some point I'm probably going to get some clear acrylic spray. I did try using a Games Workshop clear paint, which is used to seal the transfers onto the pauldrons and things. That didn't provide any protection against tearing the paint though. I think I need something a little stronger. Yeah, so there you go. Just thought I'd share those with you, because that's my first customs, and first YouTube video too, so go easy on the abuse. Thanks for watching.